In Activity 9, From Gas to Liquid, students investigate the change in state of a gas to a liquid by observing the condensation of water vapor from the air. Students then conclude that a substance does not change into a different substance when it changes states. You will need the following materials from the kit: Activity Sheet 9, 1-ounce plastic cups, plain tumblers with lids, red food coloring, ice bucket, and pails. You will also need to provide red crayons, long-handled ladles, black felt-tip marker, paper towels, and tap water. To prepare for the activity, make a copy of Activity Sheet 9 for each student. Make sure to plan to do this activity on a humid day or create a small-scale humid atmosphere in your classroom. A day before the activity, fill 4 pails about 2/3 full of water and add several drops of red food coloring to turn the water red. Use 2 of the pails, make red ice cubes from the red water, and store the other 2 pails in a refrigerator. Fill a 1-ounce plastic cup about 2/3 full with tap water for each team. Set up a distribution station with the ladles, paper towels, and the ice bucket containing the red ice cubes and the pails of cold red water. Each team of 2 will need a tumbler with a lid and a 1-ounce plastic cup of tap water and a red crayon. To begin the activity, review with the class the previous activity in which liquid water was heated and changed into a gas or water vapor. Ask students, do you think that water vapor in the air can be turned back into a liquid? How? Students might guess that heat should be taken away from the water vapor. Do not confirm or deny any guesses at this time. Let students know that in this activity they are going to perform an experiment to see if they can change the state of water back from a gas to a liquid. Next, give each team of 2 a tumbler with a lid. Invite students to come to the distribution station to fill the tumbler about 2/3 full with cold red water and add a couple of red ice cubes to the water. If any water spills on the outside of the tumbler, have students wipe it off with a paper towel. Instruct students to put the lids on their tumblers and then to place the tumblers on their desks or in the humid enclosure you have prepared, and watch what happens. Hand out a copy of Activity Sheet 9 to each student with a red crayon and have them record their observations. After they have completed their activity sheets, discuss the students' observations. They should notice that water droplets formed on the outside of the tumbler. Ask, what color are the water droplets? Students should see that the droplets were clear. Guide them to understand that if the droplets came from the water inside the tumbler, that the droplets would be red. Ask students, if the water on the outside of the tumbler did not come from inside the tumbler, where could it have come from? Guide them to realize that the tumbler was cold from the ice. When the water vapor in the air touched the tumbler, the cold surface of the tumbler cooled down, or took heat away from, the vapor. Next, define condensation for the class as the process by which a gas changes state and becomes a liquid, and ask students, what must happen to a gas in order for condensation to occur? Students should respond that the gas must be cooled in order for condensation to occur. Make sure students understand that cooling means the same thing as taking away heat, and that evaporation is the opposite of condensation. Emphasize that evaporation requires heat to be added, whereas condensation requires heat to be taken away. Next, give each team of 2 a cup of water. Tell students they may look at, smell, and touch the water, but not taste it. Then ask, how does the water in the cup compare to the water on the outside of the tumbler? Students should suggest that the water in both the cup and outside the tumbler look the same, smell the same, and feel the same. Explain to the class that when a substance changes from one state to another, the substance is still the same substance, and that it can be changed back to its previous state. Therefore, water can be boiled into vapor, condensed into a liquid, frozen into ice, and melted into water again. Help students understand that in all those states, vapor, liquid, ice, water is still water. Elicit from the class some real-life instances where gas condenses. Students may mention condensation on the inside of a car window or on a cold drink. Explain that clouds and fog are also condensed water vapor. This water vapor condenses on tiny bits of dust in the air, but the droplets are so small and light that they stay suspended in the air as clouds. Guide students to understand that these droplets may get so large, so cool, and so heavy that they fall as rain or snow. Next, turn students' attention to the changing states chart and add that gases condense and form liquids when they are cooled. Draw an arrow from gas to liquid and write the word condensation under the arrow and heat under the word liquid. Finally, have students complete their activity sheets. To conclude the activity, pour out the water and ice. Rinse and dry the cups and containers and return all materials to the kit. For science background, reinforcement activities, curriculum connections, and information about the Delta Science Reader, please consult your DSM Teacher's Guide.